Asante sana, General Otieno. Tafadhali tuketi chini. Thank you very much. Prime Cabinet Secretary, our CS for Defense, General Ogola, our CDF, all the other generals, service commanders, the Governor of Mombasa, our leaders, members of parliament, senators. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Hamjambo. I know we all have had a very long day, but I must confess it has been immensely productive. I am delighted to join you today for the celebration of the great work and commendable achievement that has been and has enabled us to reach this tremendous milestone so soon after commissioning the 2,000-ton slipway, which this afternoon I had the privilege to operate. I hope, General Otieno, I get a small stipend. This encouraging progress places our nation firmly on the foundation for takeoff and launches us on a sound trajectory of excellence in maritime engineering. This is an important achievement because it enables Kenya to fulfill the imperatives arising from its highly strategic geographical location, both in terms of opportunities as well as threats in connection with national interest. Our country is situated at the center of the expansive and abundantly endowed Western Indian Ocean Rim, which directly caters for a region of 60 million people who rely on the ocean for their livelihoods. Access to food and other maritime resources, as well as transport for goods and services, which is vital for local, regional, and international trade, must be guaranteed, regulated, and also must be secured. The blue economy is an integral sector of our vision for national prosperity and a critical driver of our bottom-up economic transformation agenda. The current performance of the sector has not meaningfully been exploited, and the immense potential that lies in the ocean, and neither has it begun to contribute significantly to our GDP. As I said earlier in the day, as I said yesterday and the day before, it is our intention that the blue economy that today contribute between 15 and 20 billion Kenya shillings to our economy and our GDP, we should scale it up, and with the interventions and programs and incentives that we're going to provide, it is our intention to increase the contribution of the blue economy from 15 to 100 billion shillings every year. There are 100 of billions in investment, millions of direct and even more indirect employment opportunities, and possibly trillions in incomes that await us once we venture with greater commitment into the blue economy. The Kenya shipyards is therefore set to be our strategic anchor in the development of our blue economy. Its performance so far strongly indicates capability to catalyze the growth of this sector by driving domestic investment while attracting foreign direct investment, as well as the primary engines of a comprehensive industrial ecosystem, complete with fully fledged clusters. Shipbuilding will not only develop maritime assets, capabilities, technologies, and skills that will enable blue economy stakeholders in fisheries, maritime transport, natural resource extraction, marine renewable energy, and marine security to be competitive and profitable. It will also positively affect auxiliary and support enterprises which will ripple and cascade throughout our national economy. Under our economic transformation agenda, we are ready to fully leverage every blue economy opportunity anchored on primary shipbuilding activity through a robust investment and other interventions. It is therefore of fundamental importance that Kenya shipyards continue improving its overall capacity to effectively support the marine industry. Even as we focus on the immense opportunities in our blue economy, especially given our advantageous location, we remain equally cognizant and highly vigilant of the fact that our region's oceans and littoral areas are under a variety of serious threats. Aside from security threats, the Western Indian Ocean Rim is also facing the threats of climate change as well as anthropogenic harm to the marine ecosystem. At the same time, state and non-state actors, attracted by the compelling geographic importance of our region, have embarked on aggressive exploitation of our marine resources, while some also conduct illegal activities, often to our detriment. It goes without saying that we have a primary constitutional and sovereign mandate to protect the waters around us and to sustainably manage the resources in them for the benefit of present and future generations. This is not a mandate we are about to neglect. Rather, it is one we shall undertake with zeal. We therefore have every excellent reason to remain ever more committed to our maritime domain and the blue economy, and to make sure that we increase its promise to deliver abundant opportunities for the people of Kenya. We are proud stakeholders in important international frameworks and active leaders of critical institutions. We are committed to the implementation of the United Nations Agenda 2030 in regard to sustainable development of the blue economy. At the same time, we are feasible and vocal members of the Blue Economy Action Group, where we articulate and implement the Commonwealth Blue Charter to steward better collective use of blue resources. Kenya recognizes that marine security and safety is essential for freedom of navigation. Therefore, we are an active member of the International Maritime Organization and are also a signatory to the Djibouti Code of Conduct and a member of the contact group on piracy off the coast of Somalia as well. These commitments are duly recognized internationally, and it is absolutely vital that we complement these credentials with demonstrable regional and global leadership in all matters connected with shipbuilding, repair, and maintenance, as well as general maritime affairs. The government is therefore pursuing a vision of making Kenya shipyards a center of shipbuilding and maritime excellence. Beyond our immediate maritime domain, we must take maximum advantage of the global opportunities inherent in this space. We must explore oceans beyond for possibilities of collaboration, partnership, trade, and investment in the Pacific Ocean and even further beyond. To make progress in this connection, it is necessary to develop the strategic dynamism necessary to form partnerships and collaborate with various state and private sector players in order to secure sea lines of transport and communication safe and conducive for efficient and sustainable exploitation of maritime resources. I want to take this opportunity to underscore a highly commendable achievement of our shipbuilding venture. Our collaboration with various partners has enabled Kenya develop notable shipbuilding capacity. This has been accomplished under exceptional circumstances in that the project achieved significant saving of resources for the Exchequer. The level of savings made by this project enabled the Exchequer to redirect sufficient funds to undertake a midlife refit of a warship, making the KNS Shupavu the first naval ship to undergo a midlife refit in Kenya. The technical capacity and efficiency of our shipbuilding is here for us to see. And I was very pleasantly happy today when I launched the KNS Shupavu, which has just gotten into the waters a few minutes ago. That was done with partners, and I want to thank Damen for being our reliable partners, but also the many men and women from Kenya who did a fabulous job, world-class, giving us a world-class project, facility. I was very happy to see the level of expertise and finesse in the completion of the ship I just saw outside here. In fact, I saw exactly the same thing when we went to Amsterdam. And therefore, it confirms to me that what we have here is world-class. Congratulations, General Otieno and your team. I also want to confirm to you that the whole blue economy ecosystem is in our radar. Just this weekend alone, we have given out 550 million shillings to blue economy operators. From Lamu, we will end up tomorrow in Kwale. And we want to build, as I said, the whole blue economy ecosystem, from fishermen to coxswains, building infrastructure, landing sites, cold rooms. I have given firm instructions on both the ship market here in the fish market, fish market here in Likoni, to the facility that we have in Liwatoni, and to make sure that the 9 landing sites that we have undertaken to build are complete, all of them, before the end of this year. I have also given very firm instructions that the facility that we are developing in Shimoni, and I'm happy that the people from Kenya Ports Authority are here, that again, that whole infrastructure around supporting the unlocking of the potential that exists in our blue economy resources is an exercise that we are seized with and we must deliver on. I am very happy, General, today that as we launch this warship facility that is going to secure our waters. Securing our waters will have much more meaning if we can harvest the resources in our waters. Spending our hard-won resources in securing our waters without a commensurate exploitation of the resources therein, we would not be using our resources appropriately or in a cost-effective manner. I am looking forward to this facility building capacities for our fisherfolk, our fishermen, of boats, of facilities that will help us harvest the huge resources in our ocean. I agree with you, General, I was trying to persuade General here. He told me that he has 8 military facilities, and I was asking him whether we can use some of them for commercial reasons to go and harvest fish. But he said it is not right. And he needs them to make sure that the whole place is secure. So, because we cannot convert the military vessels to do fishing, please build the fishing vessels for us using this facility. Warships call for complex engineering and demand specialized scientific and technological expertise. The people of Kenya are very proud of our partners' leadership and all the staff who have made this proud achievement possible. I commend the Ministries of Defense and National Treasury, as well as Shipyards Limited, together with its technical partners, led by Damen Goringem, for a very excellent delivery of the work they have done. I am proud to preside over this ceremony as we dedicate the KNS Shupavu to rejoin the fleet and resume operations in fulfillment of the constitutional mandate of our Kenya Defense to defend and protect the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our republic. And that, in my opinion, will make much more sense, will give us better value if, as I have said, Governor Mvurya, your departments can work, number one, to make sure that we build the capacity of our fishermen. Number 2, to make sure that we train all the coxswains. We have been told that we have close to 2,000 coxswains from Lamu all the way to Vanga. I have said we are going to commit public resources to train these men and women so that they can do a better job of harvesting and unlocking the resources that are there in our ocean. And number 3, we must be consistent in building the other pieces of infrastructure, landing sites, cold rooms, value addition facilities. All that ecosystem is necessary. And today in the afternoon, we were informed that there is a boat that is being manufactured at almost half the price here in Mombasa for purposes of fishing. And I want to encourage Kenya Shipyard Limited to look at the possibilities of working with the private sector so that we can develop bigger capacity of fish harvesting boats and other gears that will help us unlock that huge potential. I want to insist that we must get the contribution of the blue economy to our GDP from 20 billion to 120 billion in the next 3 years. Waziri, I have said this enough times. And you know me and you and your peers, we have discussed this issue. And you have no excuse, you good people. Yeah? I am being informed that, being sent back to Kinango is not going to be a very good experience. So we all must, we all must do what we have to do. Because, you see, in the ocean, we already have people who are harvesting our resources. We already have huge ships harvesting our resources. We have General here going to protect the ocean. How can we protect the ocean so that other people can harvest our resources? Surely. We must build our own capacity, and we must create the partnership between government of Kenya, all the departments involved, the private sector, so that we can unlock the potential that exists in our blue economy, in the ocean resources that we have, so that we can do three things. Number one, we can enhance food security in Kenya. Number two, we can create jobs for the many young people who today are being harassed with drugs and crime and many other things. And number three, we can use it to grow business, to grow our economy. So there is every reason for us to be able or to do this, and to do it with as much commitment and to deploy as much resources as possible. I am sure PS Treasury is now persuaded. I have been trying to call him. Now you see, this is what I have been telling you. You know, when you talk to people who are seated in offices, sometimes they take time. I wish you'd have gone to Liwatoni and look at the kind of infrastructure that is there. With the money we have put in the budget, I think it's about 600 million shillings in the budget, we must make Liwatoni operational, hopefully before January. We must make Liwatoni operational. And we must get the private sector to come on board so that they can use the Liwatoni facility to process, you know, the fish resources that are available. And as we do that, I hope backwards we will be working on making sure that our fishermen and women are doing their part. So, good people, we have a whole plan on how to unlock this. I am also looking forward to Kenya Shipyard Limited working with the private sector and working with our TVETs and working with our universities so that we can also carry them on board and build the necessary skills, competencies, so that we can drive the whole shipping space into the future. We are in a very strategic geographical location. We must take full advantage of our location. And it will be a crime if we don't take advantage of the strategic geolocation that we have as a country. I am very happy that next door in Dongokundu, we now have investors, and shortly we will be breaking ground with those investors. Is that correct, Moses Kuria? Huh? It's correct. Yes. You know, you are witnesses here. Yeah, so all these people are witnesses that you told me it is correct. So shortly we will be coming back again. This Dongokundu is another big facility that we must unlock. We've been discussing Dongokundu for many years. Now is the time to actualize the vision around Dongokundu and the potential that exists around there for growing our exports, making sure that we can drive the whole of that space. I want to speak to the tea exporters in Mombasa. When I came here during the electioneering period, you told me that I should do two things. I hope your people in Mombasa, Abdul Samad, are listening. They told me two things. They told me, number one, I should remove tax on tea. In this year's budget, we have removed tax on tea. They told me, number two, I should remove tax on packaging material. In this year's budget, I have removed tax on packaging material. And they promised me that if I do those things, they will create 10,000 jobs in Mombasa. Now I am waiting. Si tulikubali tunagawana kazi. Mimi, I do my part. The private sector must do its part. I now want to see what it is additionally that we can do because there is absolutely no reason why we have to continue exporting our tea and coffee semi-processed in huge bags. It is time, and that time is now, for us to be able to unlock that potential. I am going to look for, there were 2 gentlemen who told me that. I'm going to look for them in Mombasa before I leave. You'll call them. Please, Governor has said he will assist me to get them, so that we can all agree on how we will do our part as by way of policy, so that we can allow the private sector to do their part as well. So I do not want to crowd this very important with many of the other things that we are doing, but I am very happy that though it is late, I am very happy that we have come here so that we can do this piece of good work, and I look forward to working with the Kenya Shipyard Limited and our Ministry of Defense to also bring the private sector into play so that we can do more better with the facilities that we have here. I wish KNS Shupavu, her commanding officer, and the crew fair winds and following seas as they perform their duties, keep our nation safe, and to make the people of Kenya proud. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Asante sana Mheshimiwa Rais. Niombe kwa heshima na taadhima kuu tafadhali tuweze kuketi ninapopeana itifaki ya kuweza kufumukana mahali hapa. Kwa heshima tafadhali. Mheshimiwa Rais na Amiri Jeshi Mkuu wa majeshi yote ya ulinzi ya Kenya, tutakuomba kwa heshima utakapokuwa unaondoka utaweza kuelekezwa na Managing Director Kenya Shipyards kwa picha ya kumbukumbu, na niombe kwa heshima mawaziri wote walioko mahali hapa, katibu wa wizara mbalimbali walioko mahali hapa, mkuu wa majeshi ya ulinzi, service commanders, retired generals, senior officers from the Kenya Navy, pamoja na bodi ya managers wa Kenya Shipyard waweze kukufuata Mheshimiwa Rais, ambapo utaweza kuelekezwa na wapiga picha wetu toka Strategic Communications chini yake Captain Kamau pale nje, ili uweze kushuhudia mandhari mazuri ya Kenya Shipyard na hali kadhalika manuari yetu ambayo imeshaingia ndani ya maji hivi sasa mnavyoshuhudia kwenye runinga zetu. Wale wengine tafadhali tutaweza kutulia hadi Mheshimiwa Rais pamoja na wale ambao nimeweza kusoma waweze kuondoka, kisha tutaelekea kwa chakula cha jioni. Your Excellency.
I have just seen that in our midst we have our seniors, our elders. We have General Kibwana there, pigia makofi, and we have General Mwatete hapo to pigia makofi. And in a very special way to thank and to congratulate General Mwatete. I know he has something to do with this facility, and must be a very proud person seeing what is going on here. Pongezi.
Basi Mheshimiwa Rais, kwa itifaki hiyo kiweza kuongozwa na mkuu wa majeshi ya ulinzi, niombe tuweze kuondoka kwa ajili ya picha ya kumbukumbu. Na wale wote tafadhali nilisema tuweze kubaki, waheshimiwa mawaziri, makatibu, serving and retired generals, senior officers from